The objective of this video is to review the functionality of Zenator over the life cycle of a project. From a Zenator perspective, this should start before the end of front-end engineering design, or FEED, and will continue through detailed engineering, construction, commissioning to handover, and final startup. Our terminology and the processes we will be reviewing within Zenator are based around the API recommended practice for facilities system completion, planning and execution. Zenator is a highly flexible systems completion tool which will allow for a wide variety of workflows and processes within a project. This third video will be focusing on the tracking available within Zenator as a project transitions into the commissioning phase. This Zenator project represents the project that we've been looking at in the first and second video, but time has continued to move forward and we've transitioned into the commissioning phase of the project. All the activities previously discussed through the construction phase are still occurring. This phase further breaks down into pre-commissioning and commissioning. Pre-commissioning or static commissioning activities are designed to verify the functioning of components and equipment. This ensures everything is in a state of readiness for the final full commissioning or dynamic commissioning. Similar to the construction phase, the relevant certificates for pre-commissioning and dynamic commissioning should have been entered into Zenator as previously discussed. The key process in the verification of pre-commissioning is the use of the B check sheet or BITR. It is through the use of this BITR check sheet that these function checks are carried out and the results documented. BITR templates are set up within Zenator in identical manner to AITR templates within Zenator's template area. Zenator accepts Microsoft Word documents which are loaded in to Zenator as BITR templates. And we'll just take a look at some. So we can see here B check sheets for, in this case, electrical. All disciplines will have their own set of associated BITR templates. These BITR templates are then linked to tag types in Zenator's tag type matrix, also known as the TTM. And if we switch to BITR, we can see down this left hand side are all the tag types, and the user would set up for each tag type the relevant BITR check sheets that need to be applied. The user can maintain this directly within Zenator through this screen, or export the matrix to Excel spreadsheet where it can be adjusted and re-imported by Zenator Launch and the tag type matrix import process. The BITR check sheets are generated against tags according to this tag type matrix definition and the use of the ITR wizard. The wizard provides the user with a series of filter steps to select which area of the project is to be targeted. BITRs in this case will be assigned to tags and the underlying check sheet document generated. And if we look back into the tree and look at some of our tags, we can see where BITRs have already been assigned, and in this case they've actually already been completed, and we can see the underlying completed and signed PDF. BITRs where appropriate can also be directly assigned to systems, subsystems or sub-subsystems. This is achieved by selecting the required system, sub or sub-subsystem and then using the right-click menu and the new option to create the new BITR. Pick our discipline, and then we would pick the appropriate BITR template that will be for a particular system or subsystem level. Instrument loops are also utilized within the pre-commissioning phase, allowing all instruments such instrument related work such as loop function tests to be carried out. Loops can be created via a number of mechanisms. They can be imported into Zenator through Zenator Launch, through both the tag import and also a specialized test pack loop or circuit import option. In both cases, the loop will be created and the tag or tags assigned to the loop. Loops can also be created using the new option on a system, subsystem or sub-subsystem as required. Test packs can also be utilized within the pre-commissioning phase to complete certain piping work, and again these are created in an identical manner to loops or circuits. Once the loop or test packs have been created, the test pack loop circuit bulk wizard can be used to assign the relevant check sheets to them. So the generate TLCB wizard. In this case we would pick instrument loop and then use the next option to move through the various steps, filtering and targeting the particular area of the project that we wanted to work with. All the loops would then be displayed based on our criteria, and the relevant loop check sheets also displayed to allow us to make assignments. The resulting documents from these wizards and manual generation processes can be printed if operating a paper system, or can be converted to PDF for electronic completion. The final documents of any information sheets can all be scanned and loaded back into Zenator. Zenator will track the status of these ITRs from not started to finally completed. For completed ITRs, as you've seen already, you'll be able to see and view the completed signed off check sheet and any additional information that was scanned. There are a number of important screens which will allow you, the user, to manipulate ITRs and also underlying documents. Within the bulk management ITR screen, we can enter our selection criteria and then search. In this case, we're going to focus on BITRs. Note it's also possible to search using custom fields defined on tags and also ITRs. The resulting set of records can be manipulated through the bulk, modify or delete option, provided the user has been granted the necessary Zenator permissions. Within the bulk document screen, the user can also enter selection criteria. This screen always defaults to search for documents that have not already been printed. Documents can be printed, zipped for email to a remote location, or printed to PDF as required. Another key aspect to pre-commissioning will be the system and subsystem walkdowns to capture punch list items. A separate standalone module called Zenator Walkdown Capture is available, and this allows data to be prepared and exported to a Windows-based tablet. This provides an extremely easy electronic method to quickly capture punch list items, including photographs of the issue. And we covered that in a little bit more detail in the video 2. The import of these captured punch list items is quick and easy. This method is tried and tested in the field on existing projects, saving vast amounts of time and effort over a paper-based system. Turning our attention back to the pre-commissioning activities, I'm just going to draw your attention again to the WBS items that we have in each subsystem. We can see the MC, or mechanical completion status, and the contents of that, which allow us to monitor the status of that particular phase, and we can see that everything is complete that is required for mechanical completion status. We've also got a static commissioning status, and in this case it's defined to be complete when all BITRs are complete, all test pack Bs are complete, punch list category Bs are complete, any bulk BITRs are complete, and any instrument loops are complete. And for this particular subsystem, we can see that in this case all the items required, the 4 tasks that are being monitored for static commissioning status, are all complete. So this particular subsystem has now reached that status, and we can see that the relevant certificates have also been issued and completed. This now allows this subsystem to move into potentially dynamic commissioning. Before we talk just about the detail on the project tree, I'm going to take a look at the templates that we have. Now in this case, the CITR check sheets are purpose-built and designed based on the project criteria, and they're designed for each individual system or potentially subsystem. The procedures are usually written for a full system, but projects now, in order to allow a better degree of tracking, are actually assigning these to each of the sub systems within the system, and that allows the individual tracking to take place as each subsystem moves through its dynamic commissioning work. If we come back and look at our project tree, we can see we have a CITR already added to the Tannoy subsystem, and we can see it's at amber status, so the work has actually is underway. And if I open up the CITR, we can see that it's reached 20%, or 20 out of 100 man hours. So it's possible to track for big items such as dynamic commissioning the man hours, and therefore get an accurate percentage of the work that's been done and the work still to do. We can see down in our subsystem 035102 that we have another CITR assigned, but this work has not yet been started. And if we look at the subsystem 035101 and we take a look at the static commissioning status, we can see that work is still going on in the pre-commissioning or static commissioning phase. So we're not ready yet in this particular subsystem to start any commissioning activities. And these items can all be tracked as well through Reports Plus. Other manipulation of data, such as splitting out or merging of subsystems or sub-subsystems, can be easily achieved through cut and paste or drag or drop for small numbers of records, or via the data export to Excel and re-import using the various import routines in Zenator Launch. This type of manipulation is critical during construction, pre-commissioning and commissioning to allow work to be better scheduled and milestones reached. Remerging of these subsystems will usually occur before final handover. Throughout this entire process, Zenator can also monitor a number of other aspects of this entire process, including MOCs, change management, inhibits and isolations. Before we finish the video, we're going to just look again at some reporting. We've already reviewed Report Plus in both video 1 and video 2, looking at the predefined set of reports which are available within Zenator in the Reports Plus module. As we know, all the reports in Zenator are exported to Excel, where we utilize all the various advanced reporting features of Microsoft Excel. In this final look at reporting, we're actually going to look at some very specialized reports that have been produced from Reports Plus on a number of projects. We can see here a CMS Daily Progress Report, and this is producing a very detailed, in this case by discipline, counts of the total tags, the A check sheets, again added today, cumulative totals and percentages complete, and then remaining work. And we can see that also on the right hand side for the static commissioning or B check sheets. And if we scroll down in this report, we can see we also have a very detailed breakdown of punch list categories for A, B and also C. And again, a very detailed breakdown by discipline of punch lists raised on a given day, and then the totaling and items remaining to be done. We also have in this report a certification chart, so the certification that's been achieved by the milestones that have been set up for the various subsystems in this project, and you can see counts of what has been done and what's remaining. And finally, we're going to look at this quickly at this overall project summary report, which provides a list of every subsystem down the left hand side. And as we work from left to right across the report, we're seeing an entire view of the whole process, from construction and mechanical completion, the various walk downs are required by discipline, and we move into commissioning, static commissioning and dynamic commissioning. And in this report, it's been designed that as these various stages have been reached, we see the report slowly turning green, that everything's done. And you can also see the use of red to highlight items which are overdue. So in addition to the standard reports that we have, you can see we have some very powerful reports that can be produced all into Microsoft Excel. I want to thank you for taking the time to watch this video, and if you have any further queries or questions arising from the topics covered, then please do not hesitate to contact us.